Welcome friends to the vid. I hope you are having a nice day wherever you are watching this. And in this video, I'm going to talk about caffeine and anxiety and DPDR. Should you have it or should you not have it? And for those of you who are new to the channel, welcome. My name is Dan and I help people recover from anxiety and DPDR using coaching. And to all my subscribers, welcome back. If you are going through the symptoms of anxiety and DPDR right now, it's fair to say that your life feels like it's been turned upside down and you probably are very scared right now. And when you get into this state, you try and figure out things that you can do to try and get out of it. And one of the big things that people tend to do is they'll cut back on things. I get a lot of people saying to me, I have completely cut back on alcohol, I've cut back on coffee, I'm going to the gym more, I'm trying to do meditation more. But the thing is though, is that do you actually need to cut back on caffeine? Because I've also had people say to me as well, oh, I feel like I'm not being able to really enjoy life because I really enjoy a cup of coffee in the morning, but I'm just worried that that caffeine hit is gonna make the symptoms come on stronger and make them come on worse. And so before we sort of get into what's going on with all of this, I want to tell you my experience with anxiety and with caffeine and with coffee. So before I even sort of fell into the cycle, coffee sort of had this weird effect on me anyway, that I'd have it and then, I'd get the caffeine hit. And then a couple of hours later, when it would start to wear off, I'd start to feel all like jittery, like sort of just a little bit weird, like not anxious or anything like that, but I could feel the energy sort of wearing off. And I knew that it was going to happen and I'd have coffee anyway because I liked it, but I always knew that a couple of hours later I'd have this weird sort of jittery feeling. But what I found was that when the caffeine would hit, it did start to make me a little bit more anxious because I'm just like, I'm feeling it, this thing's in my body, there's nothing I can do to get away from this energy that it's giving me, I've just got to sort of ride it out. And that in my anxious state was leading me to, sort of triggering me with things like, oh, well, I don't have any control and there's nothing I can do about this right now, and what have I done and why have I done this and all that. And then when the caffeine started to come off, I'd again feel sort of jittery, but then I'd feel nervous because I was starting to feel a bit different again. I don't really like this feeling. What can I do about it? Again, I don't have any control over this feeling right now and all that stuff. I mean, you know how it goes when you are in the anxiety cycle. Everything gets magnified. And it was the same with me. So eventually I did the thing of saying, all right, I'm not going to have any caffeine. And I did that thing too when I was talking to a psychologist to help me, and also had a bit of coaching to help me as well. I would say like, oh yeah, I'm starting to run more and exercise more, and I've cut out caffeine and I've cut out alcohol and I've started to eat this and I've started to eat that. And that sort of general lifestyle is good for you, eating healthy and exercising. None of that actually changes the way that you think. And that's really the key when it comes to anxiety recovery, is changing all the things which aren't working for you to make you anxious, and essentially, telling yourself that actually things are okay and doing more things that are helpful to you. And eventually I did start to have caffeine again because I learned that you can't let anxiety dictate your life for you. Because if you're not doing things because you're worried about something potentially happening, then all you're doing is reinforcing in your mind again and again and again that, oh, this thing is scary, I need to be scared, I need to protect myself, the world is scary, so you've really just got to act as if you don't have anxiety. So the question of should you have coffee or not is really a personal one that only you can make. And whenever anyone asks me like this, if I am, say, doing sessions with them, they'll say, Dan, I'm doing this thing, whatever it is. Do you think I should keep doing that or not? And pretty much my response is always, well, if it makes you feel better and it's a productive thing, if it's not a avoidance thing, then do it. If it doesn't make you feel good, don't do it. It's really as simple as that. And so you being in the anxiety cycle right now, if you like having coffee, then keep drinking coffee. You know, whether you have coffee or not is not really going to make any difference to your recovery, because the coffee is just a normal part of your life. It's all about the thinking, which is going to have a difference in your recovery. And this really comes down to the heart of recovery and DPDR, and whether you should do this or you shouldn't do that, whatever it is that really you need to do your best to live your life however you would normally live it. And in parallel with that, while you're doing that, you need to process and understand what you're thinking and what thoughts are going through your mind to actually make you anxious about potentially whatever it is that you're doing. So for me, it was just the feeling of, oh, I'm getting the caffeine hit and there's nothing I can do to stop this right now, and I'm just going to ride it out. And pretty much when I just started saying that to myself, oh yeah, it's just caffeine, it's just coffee, I'm just a little bit anxious, it's okay, then it wouldn't necessarily make anything less, but it would certainly stop it getting worse. And that's part of the training that you do with your mind, is just to start to teach yourself that things, aren't as scary as what you think they are. It's just all the thoughts that are going on in your mind, which is making it all scary. And I know that this might sound easier said than done, but it really is just a matter of habit. You know, the more that you can keep doing it, the more you can keep sort of reaffirming to yourself that things actually are okay and that it's not scary, then you are gonna start to slowly come out of it. And I'm not talking about just fake it till you make it or anything like that. I'm talking about what you're doing right now is you're making it more unrealistic. So it's almost like, don't fake it till you make it, but make it more realistic until you make it. And what I mean by that is that you are heavily biased towards the negative right now. You're heavily anxious. You're getting triggered and all that by lots of little things where in the past they wouldn't have actually done that right now. So it's just about reminding yourself of, oh, that's right, I've just got a bit of anxiety right now, and it's just a symptom of anxiety, and it's going to be there for as long as it needs to be there, doing its thing, and then I'm just going to sort of keep on getting on with my day. And then you are reminding yourself that it is just a symptom of anxiety. It is just the anxiety. It's not actually you. And this is going to have the effect of slowly training your brain to think of the more realistic things of what's actually happening in reality, rather than that heavily anxious, distorted lens which you're seeing the world through at the moment. My friends, I hope this video has given you some insights. And if you are somebody who is struggling with anxiety and with DPDR, and you're not quite sure what to do to recover, or you're not even sure if you're on the right path, then you can get in touch with me and we'll have a call about what is really going on with you right now and how I can help you. And you can ask me any questions as well. And you can book a free discovery call using any of the links down below. And until next time, my friends, I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.